CFG GameCast, episode number 109, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and so much more. So show us some love. Give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any of the podcast services that are currently out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. How are you doing, my cyborg?
Cyborg things. Doing all right. I played, Lost in Random. It's kind of getting me into, like, the cutesy, it's like hocus pocus-y, like scary, you know? So it is, but it isn't. It's called Lost in Random. Someone had recommended it to me from my stream team. I'm loving it. I cannot get enough. If you know me, though, I have arthritis in my hands. I could not do the controller. My hands are still swollen from Monday. I'm having to do keyboard and mouse. Someone had said it's not doable. It's totally doable. If you're good at keyboard and mouse, you're fine. You're fine. So anyone who plays it, don't be afraid to use keyboard and mouse. It honestly, I like it better than the controller anyway. So, but yeah, I played that. It was real fun, and I screwed up, so I probably have to start over.
The clickety clack clack. I don't know.
Clickety clack.
Not gonna be messing around. Yeah, that's good though. At least you're having a good time with it, you know. So that's is that a horror movie or a game or what is it? I don't even know.
I would say it's spooky. So, I mean, I guess technically it's in a horror genre because Hocus Pocus level is technically in the horror genre as well. I wouldn't say so, but it is. It's got a little bit of spooky, creepiness to it. So it's kind of like, as far as like relatability, I would say it's like James and the Giant Peach meets Tim Burton, kind of. So there's a couple like freaky like bad guys that you have to fight, and they definitely amp up the creep factor, which I liked. But it's still very PG, so any age could play it really. If your kid, like Lincoln, could probably play it if she wanted to. I don't think it would freak her out too much, but it would be enough to like give her that like heebie-jeebies. It's pretty cute. I like it. I would say it's very family friendly.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Put you in the spirit. You know? Hey,
but Lex, do you know who was the inspiration of Pyramid Head in Silent Hill?
I do. His name is?
The 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, Smitty?
Apparently, I have a pyramid head. That is interesting. That is news to me. Disturbing.
It's Halloween, man. It's the month of Halloween, so it's going to be spoopy stuff this whole month.
Spoopy season. Yo, I have been getting down. I've been talking about it for a while, but I had to get down on that Brave New World. I am very excited. New World is out. We are grinding it hard. We've been playing it. We were able to. There's been all kinds of crazy server issues with that, but we found a decent one where the queues aren't too long, so we've been able to play group up. We've linked up with a Vegas streamer group as well that has a clan out there, so really enjoying that. And then, of course, with it being spoopy season, I'm going to be starting out in Sound Mind, which is a psychological thriller, so I'm excited to play that, and then maybe we finish that game that I started 2 years ago. Who knows? But
yeah, a game that started 2 years ago. A game that started 2 years ago that came out 5 years ago.
Exactly. I'm terrible. I don't even home sweet home every Halloween. And I have not finished it yet. I'm a horrible human being. We already know too that October it just got a crazy amount of new games that are coming out as well. I don't even know how I'm going to handle that. So everything's going, just staying busy, my friend. What about you? What do you got? Real quick too. We're going to be starting yesterday with Las Vegas Inferno. We've partnered up with Gamers Outreach there to help build LAN centers in hospitals for children and stuff like that, so they're able to play games, and things like that. So that's something that we'll be doing. That we just started. So that's awesome. Look for it on stream and whatnot. And that's what's been going on in my world. What about yours, brother?
Oh man, it's been going good. I've been busy. We have been getting some awesome random cool thing. You know what kind of what's funny though? So like I'm pushing with the Extra Life, our Extra Life stream on November 14th, and I opened up a Facebook page, and then the second I opened up the Facebook page, we were getting like we've gotten at least $400 in donations on that alone and on Facebook. And I was like, dang, dude, y'all need to calm down. Cause like, I wanted to tell y'all about the raffle that we got for the PS5.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So yeah, it's been going good. And then what's even crazier today, and then I played a little bit of Tales of Arise, more Tales of Arise. I am really digging that game. I'm going to finish that. Yeah, I'm going to finish this game, this RPG before I start anything else. But it's a really fun RPG. But I need to find a spoopy game, at least one spoopy game this month. For October to finally be a part of it, and still see where that's going to go. But what was cool was I hit a jackpot today, and it was actually kind of cool. So one of my friends, he's expecting his first kid, and he's trying to like downsize everything because he's basically doing what you did, move all his stuff out of one room and then to make it like the nursery and stuff. So he's doing all of this. So he's like, hey, Davis, do you want my some of my gaming collection? And I'm like, well, he has a lot. So I told him, it was like, I'll go buy one day and I'll pick up what I want and then I'll see what I want. Cause like he has a lot of old school Nintendo games and stuff. And I'm like, this looks really cool, but I don't want to deal with cartridges. Not anymore. Those things are really annoying.
Them up for us, dude. Like
I do.
Thanks for
I want to deal with them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please.
Well, he's going to sell them. So yeah, he's going to sell them. He gave me first dibs. So I said, listen, all I care is I want your Dreamcast stuff. I want all your Dreamcast stuff. Cause like he had, so he had his, so he was like, he gave me his Cap SNK, his Marvel Cap 2, and then he has a game called Cannon Strikers. Yeah, it still works. And then surprisingly, he has a game called Project Zone, which is the sequel to Rival Schools, if anyone knows what that is. And the only way it never came out here in the States. And so I wondered where, like, how the hell did he get it? Like, so I have a lot of cool stuff that I'm going to link, that I'm going to be messing around with. I'm going to show some videos, and he gave me all his PlayStation games. So, and I was like, oh yeah, Project Justice. Thank you. And I was just like, wow, dude. Okay. I'm just so glad that he did. And he had it all in cases, like, cause he kept everything in cases except for his old school Nintendo games and stuff. But yeah, what's up?
We have an old school Nintendo that still works. So, but also, well, dang it. You know what? I was going to say Sega Genesis. I have one that works, but I let somebody borrow it. And I'm afraid to message them and be like, can I have that back, please?
Nah.
He gave me his Gen 1 Sega Genesis with his Gen 2 Sega CD. And he had a 32X. With it on top of it, so
gave all that stuff away.
He gave that to me at least. I'm his best friend. I've been his best friend for like 20-something years. So first dibs.
I got
first
you.
dibs, baby.
As his best friend, you couldn't grab
it's not even that. But like, why is he just giving it away though?
No. He says he doesn't want to deal with it. He doesn't want to deal with all of it. Yeah.
Deal with it. Oh my goodness.
So like, I picked up his Game & Watch. He has the original Game & Watches. So like, I got 2 of those.
What, dude? I might as well just give away money.
Yeah. It's the clam. It's the original clam one. And I was just like, I have it inside the box. Like, I haven't opened up the boxes yet, but it's inside like massive amounts. Yeah, it's crazy.
I was just like, I still play that thing. I can't freaking beat my high score.
Oh, it wasn't the Donkey Kong one. The one I got, I think, was Mario. That's the one I got. The Mario one. Yeah.
Thanks
freaking great.
Can you get on with it now? I'm mad.
Jackpot.
Wow. I'm so happy for you, my friend.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to keep it in boxes because I'm not gonna until I move. Then I'll just have to keep it in. But anyways, I'm tired of rubbing it into these guys' faces. I'm tired. I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to be hearing what I got from it. But we'll go through the normal rigmarole that we normally like to do. So each of us chooses a topic or discuss a gaming topic from the previous week. The topic would or could be a game, a video game itself, or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners or viewers of Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook Live, to be a part of the conversation. So if there's something that you see or something that you wanted to chime in about, by all means, put it inside the chat. We will love to talk about it with you. There is no judgment here. So let's get this party started with Smitty. What are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, so, and this is kind of going off of the conversation that we had. Again, thank you so much to Katie Bentz for being on last week. It was a lot of fun having her on and everything. Plus, True Colors, or I'm sorry, Wavelengths just dropped last week as well. So I know people have started playing through that. That's the Steph DLC. That's the character that Katie played. So I know there's a lot of buzz going on with that series and the great work that she does over there. Anyway, we had talked about, and we were talking about kind of gotten into the conversation about the hate raids and things that, people are, again, on social media, outraged, Twitch isn't doing anything, this and that. I feel like, we finally got an actual response from them, which, of course, to no one's surprise, people are on social media bitching about it. I kind of wouldn't mind taking a look just to see some comments. But Twitch's answer,
you know what I mean? Like, do that, yeah,
yeah.
Well, obviously, we're in the downtime, but yeah, I would love to see the answers on that too.
Yeah. So Twitch has come out, and I want to read a little bit from the article as well. But Twitch has basically come out with a verified chat. So what that is basically is that phone verified chat gives creators finer control over who can participate in chat by allowing them to require some or all users to verify a phone number before chatting. Together with updated, more granular email verification settings, creators will now be able to use email and phone verification in tandem to meet their specific needs. So essentially what this does is within chat, to be able to speak in someone's chat, you either have to have a verified account via email or by phone number. This is, however, and I think this is something probably that people didn't really dig that deep. If you didn't, then it's very surface level, I feel. But this is a one-time verification, so it wouldn't be every time you go in. You verify it one time with either your email or phone number, and you're good throughout all your devices. They all connect. So I think that this is a good step. On the other side of the story, I feel that this could also be almost a hindrance on people wanting to participate and actually come into people's streams. Going into somebody's stream and somebody says something funny or whatever, and you want to say something, and they're like, "Oh, be verified." There's going to be some people that steer away from it, and they'll go and just watch somebody else or whatever. So that part of it can be harmful, but kind of speaking on what Katie was saying too, is like, this is stuff they've obviously been working on this stuff for months. So even though they're not necessarily speaking on it openly, it doesn't mean, and clearly this was a problem that, they took action to do something about it. Is it the best action? I don't think so. I think it could also hurt creators as well. However, it at least shows that they are going out and doing things to try to protect or ways to be able to, hey, we'll make it a little harder. Obviously, trolls and bots like this are going to find ways to circumvent these things. But this at least is an attempt at trying to mitigate some of that damage. The other side of this as well is that I don't know how this affects actual bot accounts either. Some people use bots in their channels. So I don't know then if you have verification, is your bot going to be able to perform? Because I don't think a bot can't verify, or I don't know how that works exactly. And maybe somebody out there can speak more on that. But, I think it was good on them for trying to do something and come up with some sort of system to try to help and stave off some of those issues. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it, and I'm gonna find too what people are saying live on Twitter here.
Well, I think by just default on how how it just normally goes, it just seems that it's a convenience factor. I mean, that's where it comes down to. Because it's funny because I experienced this yesterday. One of my friends opened up did a stream, and then it said on her stream verified accounts only to get into chat. So I was like, verified accounts. I'd never heard of that before. So I tried getting in and seeing how to get in. And I thought that your account setting, like when you go into security and privacy and everything, that you should show you if your account's verified. My account said it was verified. So I was like, why can't I still do it? But apparently there's a so when you see that, there's a spot below where it tells you to verify your account inside the chat box, not inside your security and privacy settings. So once you do that, it does the same thing as if you were trying to verify your account through the initial settings itself. But it's still a trip. So it's the matter of convenience is where it comes down to. Even though it does this once, that's still it's not convenient for people to do it. And you're giving people the option. Like now, if you wanted to make this y'all's 100% kind of thing for that kind of change and stuff, you would want to probably say everyone needs to do it. You need to force people to be like, okay, you're going to have to verify your account at least once. And then that's the end of it. Don't worry about it. But you're giving it into the hands of people, which makes it look bad. Because the one thing I hate about watching on Twitch is when you try to watch a VOD and then there's a wall in front of it. It says oh no, you have to be a subscriber. You have to be a subscriber to see that person's videos on demand and stuff. Or you have to be a follower. You have to be a follower for this person before you can actually say something or talk to them and stuff. Like if you give those kind of demands already, you don't even know who this person is. That turns me off on wanting me to watch you. So now when you have this, where it's saying, oh, you need to verify your account. That's the same. Now it's the same kind. Unfortunately, this is their answer for the hate raids that's been happening. And it's a good thing that they're actually trying to do it, but they shouldn't give you choice. Unfortunately, in this situation, they should not give you choice on this. They should do that all around. So for a fact that the people that's a part of that hate raid can't do that for all their crazy accounts that they're making, so it's just, so that's where I'm kind of at with it right now. I mean, it's a good step, but I think they haven't gone the distance that they should do for this. And I mean, people are gonna be pissed off, and I mean, you're not going to appease the Twitch community. The Twitch community is a very interesting group, let alone on Twitter. So I'm just saying that's what I would do. What about you, Lex? What do you think?
I agree. So I accidentally turned it on this week. I was messing with some stuff because when you go into someone's Twitch channel, if you've never been on Twitch, if you're watching on one of the other places that we broadcast this to, or you're listening, when you go into someone's Twitch channel, when you hit the chat, it'll give you a set of rules, right? So for mine, it's no racism, no homophobia, obvious stuff, hey, no self-promotion, let's just chill and have fun, right? Mm-hmm. Well, this week, someone, and I'm so tired of talking to people about Twitch etiquette, hey, you shouldn't be hey, sorry, I'll see you later, I'm going live. I feel like that's rude. It's kind of just one of those you didn't have to say that, but you said it, and you're aware of what you're doing, even if you say you're not, because it's that little jab, I'm going to self promote, but I'm not going to self promote kind of thing. And so I was you know what? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I feel like a broken record. It's in my chat guidelines, and you still do it. And so I went in and I was putting in words going live, you can't even say that anymore in my chat. And I saw the phone verification. I was like, that's new. Well, yeah, of course I want them to be phone verified. And not 5 minutes later, one of my regulars is gosh, that was a doozy. That sucked. It kicked me and I couldn't do this and couldn't do that. So I felt bad. I was like, oh, I'll turn it off. My bad.
Yeah.
Because the way it seemed was it kicked him from all of his devices. I didn't realize it was just a one-time thing. In that case, now I'm like, well, it's one-time thing. Like, shut up. But I agree that it shouldn't be an option. Like, if you really want to make a difference, it should just be flat out, you have to verify, the end. And if you don't like it, then tough titty little kitty. You would think that people would want to would want to agree to do this because of the massive amounts of hate raids, right. Exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
And the last Thursday night when I went live, I mean, as I hit start, I got 3 of the Haas bots in my thing. I was like, are you? Oh, I have to ban them. And then another one pops in, I have to ban that one. And it's like, not that anything has happened recently, but I've gotten plenty of hate raids. They're not fun. They suck. And I don't think I wouldn't say if you're fragile, the internet's not for you. That's being so, open with it. It's not fair. And I think that if they really want to make a difference in this hate raid that we're dealing with, then they need to make it a permanent thing, not just an option. Because again, we're also in this TikTok universe where people have an attention span of 2 seconds. And if that's the determination of whether or not they hang out in your chat and become a part of your community, they're probably not going to do it.
Right.
It's just too much of an inconvenience. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
So, again, and going to looking on Twitter, I pulled up Ashley Christ, her tweet, and I just wanted to bring in a couple of things real quick.
Yeah.
Number one, thank you for the raid. One Up Lawyer. Appreciate it.
What up, guys?
But yeah, so Ashley was saying, why did it take so long to launch this? And their answer was, there are a lot of things we're working on simultaneously, and there's a lot of complexity in how we built these things, making this available in multiple countries, giving granular control, etc. Anytime we add complexity, we add work. Continuing, we wish the answer to safety on Twitch was IP bans, but unfortunately it isn't. Legitimate bad actors can get around these quite simply. Unfortunately, IP bans end up hurting genuine people more than bad actors. And that was from Drobo, somebody T Drobo.
Yeah.
Real quick, for anyone who doesn't understand technology and the phrasing and stuff, when someone is IP banned, if they have a VPN and they're spoofing your IP and they get banned, you're the one that has to suffer, not that, because they can just switch it to a different IP address. So that absolutely makes sense, because IP ban was a big issue. But if you have a VPN, there's nothing that they can do about it. It's just harming other people in the long run who didn't actually do anything. So just to clarify, if you don't know what that means.
Yeah. I mean, I think overall, the whole thing with it is it's so crazy to think that this is where we're at right now with what you have to do just to protect your specific Twitch page, but at the same time, Twitch is slow doing these implementations. That's exactly what we were talking about last week with what's her name? Jeez, I went blank.
Katie.
Yeah, Katie. Thank you. So I'm just saying that overall, it's like, okay, so now they have this thing, and I just think they need to be more aggressive to show this off, because what this shows is that they're showing that they're doing the bare minimum to keep up with you, or to try to keep up with their community, to say, here we are, this is what we do, this is what we care about. But really, in reality, what they're needing to do is they're needing to just put their foot down and saying, we're tired of this BS just as much as you are, because you're making us do some extra work. So everyone needs to go try this at least once. And then, let alone with their phone services, their phone app is such garbage, in my opinion. If people, and I never really thought about it because I never really watched Twitch on my phone. But overall, overall, it's like when people, if that's the only option, and then you're telling people to do that, it's not like it's a simple thing sometimes just to do it. It's just all over the place. So I think overall, like they just need to kind of give a more of an aggressive, more of an abrasive kind of start to show that that's what they're doing, just as much as how you know, like they're suing those two people for hacking or for hacks. Yeah, for creating the bots and stuff. I mean, yeah, they need to show genuine effort. This is a great start. And I'm not saying that this is not something that I'm disappointed with Twitch. Twitch is only just as human as everyone else is around with there's human people trying to fix these issues. So give them a little bit of a break, especially with the amount of people that are on Twitch. But something like this, I think this is something that you need to say, the nuclear button. Everyone needs to be on board, needs to do it at least once onto the chat so they know who's who and who's real and who's not. Maybe a dip in those numbers, but at least you know that those people are not legitimately on, you know? So, I mean, but there you go. But anyways.
And it could be the fact too that they're just slow at getting this and cranking stuff out like this. Cause it wouldn't be, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that we've heard them talk about being in development or working on, but like it always seems like it takes them forever to actually build and then implement these new systems. And by the time they come around to doing it, excuse me, they are, you know, the issue has already been resolved by these people that are independently creating these other bots and stuff like that. They're like, here, we'll do your job for you.
Yeah.
Right. Give me Commander Root. I'm actually surprised. It's beyond me it's beyond me on how he's not even a part of Twitch, to be honest with you.
I know.
I like that. But yeah.
Somebody pay that. I hope that man makes money because he is doing a service to so many people.
Exactly. So, you know. But we'll definitely, definitely see how all that goes. But like, I mean, but like I said, that's what it is. What it is, where it's at right now. It sucks because it makes, in a way, it kind of makes the user trying to be responsible because they don't want hate raids to look bad. Because, like I said, it's not like when you turn that on, you're having people, maybe possible strangers who do randomly bump into your thing saying like, oh, this person's very pretentious if she's going to put this behind the wall to double verify to get in. It's like, no, it's not all about that, you know? Well,
it does nothing about the follow botting either.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't address that issue at all. That is strictly for chatting. So, you know,
right. Very much so. Who knows?
It's a start. It's a start.
It's a start.
It's nice to see something. So,
yeah, it's better than nothing. So I'll go with that. But okay, but that's a good one. That's a good one. Lex, how about you? What are you bringing to the table?
Well, I gotta talk about Twitch too. So let's go to the other side of Twitch where they steal all our money. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? So, if you are a streamer on Twitch or if you watch Twitch. I had a stroke. If you watch Twitch frequently, you will see that every once in a while, there'll be like a community event at the top of the chat bar. And it'll say like, boost this person's stream and use whatever currency in that person's stream that they call it, like Duck Bucks or Lex Bucks, whatever, to go towards boosting the stream, which is all fine and dandy. But, you know, something shady came up this week, and it's pay to boost your stream. And I gotta be honest, I feel the same way I feel with paying to be an affiliate. I think it's a scam. Just saying it. So basically, for 99 cents, they can boost the person's stream to up to 1,000 people. And I believe for $2.97 US, it's 3,000. So here's where I feel as though my issue lies. Even if you are paying to boost a stream, the likelihood of someone clicking on it is still very low, even if you show up in their recommended. People who are on the front page are on the front page and they're on it for that specific amount of time, regardless if you boost your stream or not. So it's not even like the front page, it's underneath that in your recommended. Now, Twitch for the algorithm picks out who they recommend to you already. Maybe a person that you follow or follows you follows that person as well. So they may show up on your recommended, things along that nature. But I think, and here's my issue. There's going to be whales, absolutely, with this. So people like Amaranth, where her stream is supporting her 100% with, gifted subs and things like that. Absolutely, they're going to pay to boost her stream. She's already on the front page, but they're going to do it. I think, and they're testing it on people who have less than 250 followers. So already I find issue with that, because you're now putting these people who are trying to build a community and go further, you're putting them in this weird, I feel like it's this weird spot of, well, those 2 or 3 people that watch you every day when you go live, they're responsible for boosting you now. To me, that feels shady, but I'm also that streamer that doesn't do subathons because I feel like I'm asking people for like money,
Yeah.
So maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know. It seems kind of shady to me. Like Twitch is already taking 50% of my ducat every month. Then they're taking, double dipping on bits. So when you buy bits, they're already taking a percentage. And then when you give them to the streamer, they're then taking a percentage of that as well. And so to me, this move just feels kind of scammy, because how can you show me logistics wise that you are pushing my stream out to other people? And that means this certain amount of growth or non-growth, right? I don't feel like you can necessarily equate that, because we do get charts every month of like, this is, how the month went. This is certain days. These are who are watching, people in the US, the Netherlands, New Zealand, UK. Here's your percentages. And that's all great. But I don't think at the end of the day, God, I'm Italian. I just talk with my hands. At the end of the day, I don't think that they can really show us proof, like definitively, whether or not this is working. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense, Smitty? I don't know. Am I talking in my ass?
Well, no, and because I work in like commercial production and like sales and stuff like that for TV, and a lot of that stuff like is built in, like guaranteed click-through rates, things of that nature. So there is a way for them to, there should be anyway. I'm guessing they're using some other form of program or something that integrates within that. They basically takes that data and then puts it into like a spreadsheet or something of that nature. Because otherwise, you're right. There, how do you prove that that's something that's happening? I need to be able to see the numbers as far as with that. I think the other thing that's kind of weird about it, not weird, but like, I mean, they take 100% of this money. It just seems weird. And I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Like, look, like, don't spend your money doing that. Like anybody like that. Number one, as a streamer, it should be my responsibility to market and promote my own content and what I'm doing. I don't want to put that on people are there to enjoy, not work for me. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like that in its sense is already weird and doesn't feel right to me for that to even be a thing. I think it's cool, something like as channel points, how it was before. Again, too, the other thing to really remember is the fact that this is still in a testing phase. So this isn't something that necessarily is locked in stone. They're just seeing what they're going to do. I don't think it's going to be a popular thing. The bigger streamers are obviously the ones that would benefit from something like this. Yeah. But as far as, 95% of Twitch, it's going to have such a minimal impact on you. And it seems very money grab. Gimme. Well,
yeah, because Twitch gets 100% of it. You don't get any of that. So what's the point? Like, I would rather
you're not even giving you, like, you're not getting a piece of any of that, like, at all.
None of it.
No,
Zero.
It's basically paying them to do to, and who really uses the recommended channels. I go on Twitch because I have friends there and I know people. That's like me just going up to a crowd of people and be like, hey, how you guys doing, guys? I'm Ryan. You know what I mean? Like, maybe some people do that.
I use the recommended channels. I do the recommended channels all the time. Yeah.
Every
Davis is one of the people that will randomly come up to your conversation and be like, but hey guys, I'm Davis. What's going on? How you guys doing? What are we talking about here?
No, I wouldn't say that. But like the whole thing, like, Like, I mean, like, it's like, because, like, dude, sometimes the best way of sometimes finding the best way of finding, like, new content is just taking that dive and finding out. Now, if it's a game that you are interested in wanting to see, but you don't have, and then you're just wanting to be like, I want to support a small streamer. I mean, it's not like you can find a list of things and just do it. I mean, I think I prefer going through recommended channels personally, because I think that's a great thing, because they could be better. I don't know, but no, I mean, you might find some pretty good gems out there. I mean, there's a lot of good small Twitch streamers out there that may not have that chance. So I would try it. I would try it before you knock it till you try it, because I've met a lot of people that way.
I go through recommended. I've been on people's recommended, which is great. And like, that's cool. I'm excited when, they tell me like, oh, you were on my recommended, like, awesome. Like, I love to hear that. But also here's my thing. Instead of my viewers spending their coin on boosting my channel, I would rather somebody would just retweet that I'm live, or, tell your friend about me. I feel like that would garner more than me being recommended to 1,000 people who probably don't, or who are probably aren't going to click. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're either going to watch my content or not.
Yeah, my biggest beef with this is that the level of like the boost is like, it's so vague to me that it's like, I don't understand. So what you're saying, like, you're saying for $3 it's 1,000 or whatever.
3,000.
It's like, so yeah, so it's 3,000 points to do a boost. And it's like, in what reference? Like, what does this boost? Like, what is that a lot? Is that long? Is that short? Like, what is all of that? And let alone you doing that in itself, and then not giving it to the creator is already showing a level of greed, of unprecedented greed, that you've already, like, you're stooping to a level that I would have ever expected it to be, because you double tax on your bits. I haven't bought a bit in over 2 years because of it.
I stopped too.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for you to do it. Like, it's like, get a subscription
for them, and now I can't anymore. So.
Oh God, the commercial breaks and stuff. Like, now it's getting ridiculous. Like, Doc, when I try going on a Doc stream, it's so frustrating that you're watching his video, you're chilling, you're vibing, and all of a sudden, oh, it's a 4 commercial break ad.
Right.
It's like, are you kidding me? This isn't Hulu. This isn't a video. This isn't a show or anything like this. This is just a chill kind of like. I
thought it was supposed to do where it made them smaller screen, or the ad was smaller screen, or something like that. Because like some people, some people does that, but I don't know that's everybody that does that. I don't think it is.
Only for partners.
Which is weird. Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, it's only for partners.
See, now I do run a commercial break when I run to the bathroom. So like, I've got like a minute to get back is how I feel. And it's like, here's a commercial. If you're a sub, you don't see it, and that's fine. But anyone who's just, chilling, I don't think they care. And it's like, I'm not here anyways. You're just going to stare at my chair?
It's different, yeah. But it's different because like you're not actively doing anything, but like, he is legitimately doing something, and then it's all of a sudden it pops in and says 3 commercial break. 3 commercial break.
Well,
3 different commercials. It's just like, it's what it comes down to.
Give him money.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
I don't have the money. Like, dude, like, once I get into that rabbit hole, because I've gone, I know Smitty understands it. I know that, but like once you get in that rabbit hole and subscribing to people, and it's like, it's kind of like, oh wow, I'm spending $70 on just subscriptions, or $100. Like, what's the worst? What is the worst month of subscriptions have you ever had? Because like, the worst I've had was $125.
I'm afraid to look and see what I'm at. I need to at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know who I sub to anymore. So I had to stop it because I got my card changed. So I don't know who I'm sub to anymore, if I'm being honest. It's not that many, because I'll be honest, like, I have like an allocation of like, this is how many people you can sub to a month. Like, that's all you can afford. And that's taking food out of your own mouth. And I do that. I shouldn't, but yeah, like, now around November, I end all of my subs because that's Christmas money. That's my Christmas money. And I spent it on all of you all year long. I'm sorry, but for these 2 months, it's my money and I have to use it to buy presents. Not that that's anything extravagant, but I'm on a fixed income. I'm disabled, you know?
It's my money and I want it now.
Yeah. I think I spend $25 a month because that's all I can afford. And I think I only sub to like 3 people or 3 or 4 people. I could look, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What I have to do because I have to budget myself into it because it's like,
oh yeah,
if
no,
not,
absolutely,
if not, then it's going to be, it can be a slippery slope. So,
and I mean, I do genuinely feel bad when like I have to end a sub and I can't go back and sub. Like I don't have the money. I'm sorry.
I use my Twitter. What were you saying?
I think it's crazy that people do it. Even though I do it, I still think it's like, look, dude, if you like, don't ever, you know what I mean, break, you know, put yourself in a bad space.
Yeah.
To sub or whatever. It's like, I don't care about that stuff. It's like, it's definitely appreciated, but it's like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm able to, you know, I've got a solid job and, you know, I do stuff and whatnot. So it's never been a means of, but you know, again, I'm not knocking anybody that does. And there's a lot of people that it helps them to be able to live, you know, that is their job. That is what they do. But for me, it's always just been about chilling and you know, playing games and stuff. So
vibing and stuff. Yeah.
I still feel silly. It is my job. It is my full-time job. I don't have a 9 to 5 anymore because I can't. And I still feel weird like doing subathons, and I haven't. I've never done one.
I haven't either. I'm not comfortable, I guess, doing it. But I mean, we were talking beforehand. Thursday I streamed and weird. Like I maxed at like 90 people just out of nowhere. And you know, I was like, I'll take the people watching. Like that is what I want. I want people to come and have a good time and be able to hang out and stuff like that. The monetary thing is not a factor about that. So it's like, is that something that I would try? Hell yeah, I would at least try it. If the option's there, just to see if there's any results or if it brings more people in, because I'm always constantly learning, not only in the content creation side, but on my job side and what works and what's not going to work. So I would absolutely test it out. But I feel like I feel like, I don't know, I got to see what kind of results. Again, this is just hypotheticals. We don't know how it's going to work until it's out and we're able to do it and it's in the world.
Yeah, that's where it comes down to. But like, even like, from the information and tidbits that we got, it does sound like a bad idea is where it comes down. Because like, I don't understand so basically you're pushing, it's not even a pushing to you're masking the payment.
We'd like some money, please.
Yeah, it's like, but really in reality,
on
you're taking 100% to that.
You need to give us some money.
No, you already take my money. How about you shove it up your, I'm sorry.
It's crazy, man. They are finding new ways, I feel like, to just get money. And, you know, in a lot of sense. And this does not seem like a good faith move. I think having it as channel points is awesome. That's an incentive for people to hang out in your chat and your stream, be active in them. And then they're able to contribute and do things with those channel points. That's the way to go. I think that's fantastic.
You know what's funny, One Up Warriors? Because it's always business at the end. And yeah, it's very much so. I will totally agree to that. But at the same time, though, it's like everything does revolve around that. I mean, most people, like game developers aren't wanting, I mean, big game developers aren't doing it because they're like saying it's fun to make a video game. They're wanting to get their money back and stuff like that. But the reason why EA is hated is because of these crazy microtransactions of when you pay a flat $60 and then they're wanting you to nickel and dime you towards this. I'm just saying you got to be very, very careful when it comes to these kind of things. It's because because your group and your community could easily flip on you when you're doing stuff like this. You know, like my biggest issue is I am fine with doing commercials. Like, cause you remember, like, at first I wasn't, because you remember when Amazon Prime, if you had a Prime account, you were able to bypass all that. So I was kind of spoiled on that. But once they removed it and then they were like letting commercials go, it was reasonable. It was very reasonable. It was like, okay, we got 20, here's a 10 or 15-second commercial. But now they are doing string commercials off of regular streamers, affiliate level streamers. Like, you remember, like, back when it was professional, when it was professional teams, like esports teams, where they gave you strings of 8 commercial brand and stuff like that, because you're not a subscriber. It's like they're literally bullying you to go into this kind of, to put in $5 to say stop, that's the way I'm treating. That's the way I'm kind of feeling like I'm treating on this. Cause like I said, Doc Limitless has said that he removed that feature before, but it still does it. And then now when you're putting on top of the stuff like this, how aggressive they are with commercials, with the commercialism in it. Now you're putting a thing saying, hey, for $2, we are going to boost your channel. Like Twitch is going to be the good guys here and going to boost your channel for you. But that's 1,000 points. So you're basically having a currency. Okay. First off, you're putting in a Twitch currency in effect, because they're saying $2 is $2 is 1,000, $3 is what, 3,000, like you were saying. So the currency, the way I look at it, is like $2 is going to be your current is the bits, are bits that are going to be worth that much. And but we don't know how much 3,000 of that currency is going to go. If that's a long way, if that's a quarter, if that's something that's going to be kind of
3,000 people that will see it and they're recommended is for the $3. So $1 is 1,000 people you'll be in there recommended. 3,000 recommended for $3. But how long? When? You know what I mean? That's my questions. Are they even online and I'm in their recommended? You know what I mean? What's the metadata there? Because you were already doing it for free when my people could use channel points, but now you want to charge me. You weren't showing me the metadata before.
Yeah,
Where's
you
it
charging
now?
me. You certainly better show me the metadata.
So
and you're not even charging me.
You're
charging the people that are kind enough to watch me. Like that's another issue. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like, don't target them. It's like, come on, dude. It's like, I understand, but like,
it makes me feel gross.
Like the one up lawyer is saying too, it always boils down to the ducats. Monkey Blood, said that if it's anything like Facebook boost, it's not going to be much help. More folks will see you, but they can't guarantee any kind of interactions at all. Exactly. And that's the other thing. There's no guarantee, 1,000 clicks. It is a guarantee, or they're just saying, we'll put you in front of 1,000 people. So even in that sense, I got to see the numbers, what the data looks like. And these things don't just happen overnight. You got to be able to have like a good month or two of doing something like this on a regular basis to see if it actually does bring more people and what that data looks like in a practical use situation. Again, this isn't something that's set in stone. I think this is, not only are they testing, I think this is a good experiment for streamers as well to test to see if something like this would be something that's beneficial, because you should, I think, in some sense, if you can, take some of your money needs to go towards marketing, and in some sense, in some way, if you were doing and using using Twitch and Twitch is more of a business for you, you should allocate funds towards your marketing. So I think this is a good test to see if it would be something that would be viable and worth it.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see. I hope that they do their homework on this, because I don't like having this seems like a really kind of, it's a stretch of something that I think most people shouldn't have. This seems like it's going to support, like you were saying, the higher end, the partners and stuff more, to get better outreach and stuff. But really, it's still kind of like, no, I'm good. This is not going to help anybody except like you're having another reason for this kind of money. So we'll see. We'll definitely see.
Davis, what's your topic, bud?
All right. I am closing this off with some more Twitch news. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine having 3 Twitch news? It's going to be we're going to talk about TGS, which is the Tokyo Game Show. I really want to go to Tokyo again. That was a fun game when I went to the Tokyo Game Show back in 2019, when there was a physical one before they stopped it. And the Tokyo Game Show is the biggest convention, video game convention in Japan. So it's kind of like an E3, but it's like, but bigger, because most of the companies are in Japan.
I would love to go to Japan.
Oh God, I love Japan. I really want to go.
I've never been out of the country.
Oh really? Oh no, you definitely need to go. And I have
dual citizenship rights to Greece and Italy, and I've never gone.
You still have never been to Italy? You need at least go to Italy.
My great grandmother's still alive too.
Yeah.
Your great grandma? Oh my God.
She's in her hundreds. Yeah.
Okay. Damn. Yeah, but so this year they had the TGS is online. It's still going. Well, technically it's Saturday, so Sunday's the last day for it. I don't know. Oh, actually, I don't think they're doing it Sunday because of the online.
So they're ahead.
Yeah, they're ahead of us by 12 hours, 13 hours actually. Yeah. Yep. So yeah. So the biggest thing is that there was a lot of different kinds of topics and things that they were announcing on here. Like I guess some of the big news is like the one thing I really don't even understand is the level of like stamina that these people have, like to be announcing some of the things that they announced. Cause like the Capcom announcements, like the stream itself was 7 hours long. And I was crazy. Just like,
That's crazy.
I was like, this is insane. It's like, I'm not going to sit down for 7 hours and looking at all this at all. So, so I was just like, cool. But there's cool stuff that happened. Square Enix. I don't know why I'm saying Square Enix. Square Enix does not exist anymore.
Earlier too.
Yeah. Oh no, Square Enix does exist. Squaresoft doesn't exist. Yeah, so Square Enix just announced a date for Strangers of Paradise, which was basically a prequel to the Final Fantasy 1 story that they that's going to be an action adventure. What's it called? Muso. I would consider this to be a Muso from the people who usually do Dynasty Warriors and stuff. So this was So this is coming out March 2022. Right now there is a demo that's good that you can play. The second demo of this coming out in now on the PlayStation 5. It's going to be the last day to play this will be on October 18th. I would strongly suggest to play this game. This game is actually a very, very fun game to kind of go through it. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening like in stuff with stuff like that. So that was really cool. Like there is also the real cool, one of the biggest and coolest things that I think was the massive amount of information that they gave with Capcom. Capcom, as you know, their golden goose is Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Rise is adding a lot of stuff that's coming here in the near future. The big one is that they are adding they added a new set armor piece for to be Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins is going to be a character that you can actually use. That's gonna it's very much dope. I want to know if they're gonna give you like if you get hit then you're gonna lose your armor. That's the one thing I wanted to. That would be very awesome. Can I ask a quick question? Yes. So I had seen an article popped up like right when we started pre-stream, and it was saying that Capcom is wanting to move more towards like PC and into the future, like just mainly being PC. Did they talk about that at all? Sorry, they did announce it. Well, they didn't announce like if their main focus will be PC. But they did announce that the like Rise is like their plans for Rise, because Rise is eventually going to go PC as well. But like they didn't really say like any projects that's going to be solely on PC yet. Right. So no. I guess the answer would be no. They haven't. That would be kind of. I mean, I wouldn't mind them to do it because like I mean they like I said, Monster Hunter World did really good on PC. I bought it. Most people play fighting, and because of the pandemic, most people were buying like Street Fighter 5 and stuff like that on PC because of the horrible netcode that was on the consoles. So I think it's a good natural turn for them to go and decide to say yes, it's their time to shine on PC and just port out on console. Probably be a lot easier to even do. Shoot. So I mean but like there was a lot of big announcements of like, you know, things that have already kind of been announced. Like they added they showed off the last new character of King of Fighters. as well as the news, how the system work from SNK Play More. Like, the problem is these kind of events really needs physical presence. And that's the one thing that I've always kind of like, I really kind of miss of all of it. Like, it's just that, like, it's cool that they're showing these announcements, but it's better if you're physically there and then experiencing it yourself when you're actually there. So like, because like overall, like, I just think that as an event, show was all right. It was not even really all right, but more like it was mediocre, because the level of content that they're giving, for them to say that they had to do a 7-hour stream on Capcom's side, Square Enix, was 1 hour long, I think, but they actually moved it with 505 Games, who did Bloodstain and stuff. That so like, I mean, they kind of merge their stuff in together, but like overall, I just think that overall they just need to like it just needs to come back to a point where it's like we need to like we need more like on hands on this kind of stuff. So like, and like I said, because this is not feeling like a TGS like show than what the show I experienced back in 2018.
This is not a TGI Fridays.
It's tough though, because of around the world and how the pandemic is affecting people differently. I was just saying, NAB supposed to be, that's the National Association of Broadcasters. That convention, it was supposed to happen next week or the week after or something like that, and that ended up getting canceled here like a week or so ago. So
that's way too late.
That's hella late. People had already bought tickets, had gotten hotel things and this and that.
Planes,
it happened very
trains
quickly.
And automobiles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, it's still just out in the world and everything that's going on, I feel like it's very much it's too loosey-goosey to do that and be like, we're going to have this live event. I mean, we saw too that that was actually more of what she was talking about, that Twitch Con 2022 has been announced. So, that indicates to me that they feel that by then things are going to be handled a lot better, a lot more under control. However, that doesn't mean that's going to be the case. So always be prepared. I think I'm going to get this stuff early, which I should probably have already done that. And then if I have to cancel with plenty of time out, I'm just going to, and that's kind of how I've been going, is just seeing and weighing my options and seeing what the situation looks like, and then making the best decision that I think makes sense at the time a little closer.
Yeah, I mean, like what's funny, because like this, like I said, the one thing I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna do, like the one I really want to do CES, but at the same time I kind of don't. So I'm thinking I'm gonna hold off this year. Yeah, well, yeah, definitely don't want to mess around with it this year. But like, but I really want to attend a gaming, like one of these kind of big gaming outlet events. I was planning on doing PAX West, but then I realized because of the Delta variant that most things was being canceled off on it. And I think that and I thought that, like, last minute, I was like, I'm not going to go. There's no reason for me to go, and there's no reason for me to risk it. So let me just kind of hold off on it. So now I'm like thinking, okay, let me do PAX East, because it's going to be PAX East. E3 is definitely going to be one I'm definitely going to go for. And then as well as I don't know about a TGS again. TGS was fun, but dang, dude, it's just not the same. Like, I really want to have the experience again with all these games and stuff that are coming out. It's just like, come on. It's just give us a good opportunity and see where it's going to go. Because like right now I was incredibly underwhelmed with TGS. Like, unfortunately to say that, but like, it's just, there wasn't anything that made me excited. I guess the one thing that made me excited is that they're making a Starship Trooper game. That's
that's awesome.
That's an RTS, So like, I was just like, so I was like, okay, cool. That'd be pretty cool. But other than that, okay. It's TGS happened. It came, it went, and now it's time to go back to reality,
See, and I didn't even know that it was going on. I felt like there wasn't any kind of promoting over here.
I didn't hear anything
as
about
far as with it. Yeah, I didn't even. I was like,
Man, like it's dude. You should see what you have to do just to get the tickets as press for it. It's insane. They make a new website every year, which is really weird to me. Like they don't even
Why?
I don't know, dude. Like they just decide because every TGS has a theme. And then within the theme itself, so then they'll be like, "Hey, press needs to come in," and then it has like the website is once you trying to apply and do all this different kinds of stuff, you're like, "Wow, dude, this is just a lot just to get in, just to get the foot in the door with all of this. It's just crazy." But then once you're in, they definitely help you out. There was a Game Devs of Color Expo too, but it was virtual as well. Yeah, that was last week. You know, it's funny though. I will say this: it's a good expo because it gave you a list of all the different kinds of developers that was inside the gaming, and so like I was able to talk directly to the developer, and then I was like, okay, you know what? Here you go. This is some of the stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of those games was like not really interested in, and didn't look very. Very appealing, but at least at least it gives you options, Yeah, that's the one thing. Yeah. So
how you went to it too, or you were? I'd never even heard of it.
I was
games. Oh, Devs of Color? Yeah, it was on stream.
What was it? Live stream?
It was on stream. Color Expo?
Yeah, it was on Twitch.
Dang, dude!
It was in my recommended, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" The boys will probably talk about it. I should know, and so I clicked on it. And I watched it for a bit. I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. And like the way that they had it like lined up, like he said, you could see the developers. And so if you wanted to be able to reach out to them, it seemed like it was relatively simple. I mean, obviously I'm not pressed by any means unless Davis sends me out somewhere. But it was pretty neat. It was one of the better well done streams that I've seen as far as like an expo is concerned, because I've seen a few that just are, pardon my language, they're clusterfucks. You're just like, what is happening? Yeah. I didn't even get to read the text on the screen. That was too quick. Or God, this is so slow. Let's keep it moving. Come on. Yeah. It's like it had that good rhythm where it like got you kind of like into it, like hyped, and then here's the next thing.
They did a good job. They definitely did a good job promoting the indie developers that were there, and let alone that all the devs are people of color, which was really cool. So I mean,
cool. I would have liked to have gone to that and just meet people and stuff.
Yeah, I'm writing an article about it because like I think that's one of the biggest things. Is like it's just like I mean it was a very low key event. I totally forgot that you were there, One Up Lawyer, because I know didn't you do like a panel or something for it? That was been pretty cool. But yeah, but no, it was a very low key event, but it was actually a very very informative event, and they were very laid back. So I definitely go with that. So yeah.
Cool.
Anyways,
nice.
Lex, yeah. What do you have planned for the week?
Oh, I'm changing up my schedule, and then Smitty and I are working on a secret project on the side. We're going to change schedules for that too. So a lot of scheduling this week, which I forgot to text Mike. Whoops. So playing more Lost in Random. I think tomorrow I was like, do I want to do a self-care day or do I want to start the game over? I think I'm going to try to get back to where I'm at currently, which will take me some time because it's a long game. Storyline, impeccable. I love it. Every little piece of info that you learn is needed for the game. There's no fluff, and I like it. So I'll probably do that, and like in between, I got to finish up some crafts that need to go around the house for Halloween. But yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and I've got a big doctor's appointment this week, so just gonna overthink things. Yeah,
we'll see. We'll hang in there, but that's cool.
Thanks. My thumbs that you guys make fun of.
Smitty, what about you? What's your plans for the week?
Yeah, speaking of Halloween decorating, we're actually after stream. We're gonna go through and pull out our decorations and start getting that stuff set up and whatnot, huh?
You haven't I feel like half my Halloween decorations or my fall decorations have already been in my front yard for like a good 3 weeks.
Jesus.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We still need to replant our grass in the front and back. So it's getting cool now. So.
Yeah,
Smitty.
I know.
Jesus.
We need to though. But yeah, no. Other than that, though, more New World. Need to put in some time for Destiny, and then I've gotta finish up. Deathloop. I need to finish up Deathloop, and then I'm gonna be starting In Sound Mind as well. So busy for sure, and hopefully work. I know here in the next couple of weeks is about to pick back up again because I've got another live shoot, and then our final episode for the Food and Cocktail series that we're doing, and yeah, that's what my weeks and days and rest of my months look like.
Oh man,
what about you, Mine? Yeah, no.
Oh boy, really. Yeah, I am going to come back.
The Bears. I've got the Bears game next weekend.
Oh, okay.
That's really important. My birthday's this week. My birthday this week. I forgot.
How is that really important? But your birthday isn't important. That's funny.
You know, your boyfriend in the other room reminded me. So
we got a whole new war to win now, Smitty.
You want some board games, baked goods?
What?
You know, I never mind. I can't. I had a stroke. I said, I was gonna say, do you want some like baked goods? But my brain died.
Oh,
yeah. Like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take baked goods. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this week's going to be kind of low key. I'm going to be continuing on the donations, which, by the way, we did get a donation while we were doing the stream today, so appreciate that.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Thanks for the money.
Yeah.
For the kids.
For the kids. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm going to be doing some Tales of Arise, some more Tales of Arise, and then I'm going to be switching it up a little bit. Pop's going to come on our stream, I believe, and it's going to stream something. I want to say Stranger. The Final Fantasy Muso game would be a pretty cool one.
Wait, Papadopoulos?
No, not Papadopoulos.
Oh,
there's one called Pop No Tarts. Yeah, it's not Papadopoulos. Yeah, but yeah, she's a writer. She's a reviewer for the website for Con Freaks and Geeks and stuff. So yeah, so she does a lot of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Siri. Yeah.
Oh, I might not. I must not have been there. I don't think I've met her.
I think you did because like it was me, you, and her.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was me, you, and her.
It was a 4-panel.
Was it 4-panel? Anyways, but yeah,
I thought it was a 4-panel.
I don't remember, but anyways, it's So she, but we're going to be doing that. Then after that, we're going to we're going to probably go with an indie game. I'm looking at either Unmetal or this awesome game that was made by Tribute, who is making the new Ninja Turtles game. I forgot the name of what is the name of that game? Let me see what it is.
I did send you a list of like the top 10 scariest scary games. So, because you asked for recommendations. So there you go.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Or if you want my login, you can play Lost in Random. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Steel Assault. There we go. Steel Assault. So either Steel Assault or something else, but we'll see. We'll definitely see and see where it's going to go. But yeah, so that is my plans for so far. So, guys, thank you for watching watching episode number 109 of the CFG GameCast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with some brand new topics. But just to let you know, if you did miss this episode, that's okay. We will put this on podcast services every Monday morning. So you will be able to go on any podcast service like Apple, Google Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, what have you, on any service out there. So, but you have absolutely no reason to not listen to our sexy voices. Yeah. So, but don't worry though. You can if you wanting to check out more of the content that we like to do, go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, as always. But so far, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.
I was gonna say it's like no bye this time.